All right, it is road game number 2 for number 4 ranked Michigan as they are going to Indiana this weekend as 22.5-point favorites. Another game airing on Fox and another noon kickoff. Indiana currently finds themselves on a 2-game losing streak, losing road games at Cincinnati and at Nebraska. In those 2 weeks, they have been averaging 22.5 points per game. The Hoosiers have always been a team that just liked to make life difficult for the Wolverines. From 2015 to 2018, Michigan's margin of victory was just under 9 points per game. In 2020, Michigan lost to Indiana, which was the first time since 1987 and their 10th win overall in the series. While Indiana has proven to be a difficult opponent, Michigan was able to easily handle them last year, and I think this year the Wolverines will be able to do the same. Honestly, I'm not sure what I'm more excited about, to see how Morris and Oki are going to follow up their Iowa performances, or the opportunity for McCarthy to go up against one of the worst secondaries in the conference. Indiana ranks 118th overall for their pass defense. On that note, let's look at the numbers. For offensive points per game, Michigan leads with scoring over 45 points, and Indiana is just scoring over 27. Defensive points allowed per game, Michigan is holding opponents under 12 points a game, while Indiana is allowing them to score over 30. For total offense, Michigan is leading this category as well with 456 yards, and Indiana 384. On the defensive side, Michigan has been holding opponents to 252 yards per game, while Indiana has allowed over 420 yards for their opponents. Now, another number to throw in this week is a pretty stark difference, and that's the turnover margin. Michigan is +4 on the season, having 2 turnovers of their own and gained 6 turnovers from their opponents, while Indiana is even at 0, but they have 9 turnovers of their own, while they have also gained 9 turnovers from their opponents. So we'll have to see if the Michigan defense can capitalize on that this weekend. Michigan really does appear to be set up for success against opponents such as Indiana, especially when they're on this 2-game losing skid. The Hoosiers quarterback, Bazelak, is getting a completion percentage of just over 52%, and he has 1,394 yards on the season with 8 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. They are a pass-heavy offense, and they've spread the ball around pretty well, with 7 different players getting receiving touchdowns so far on the year. Sean Shivers is their leading running back with only 345 yards, but he has been able to put up 4 touchdowns on the season. 2 names on defense that you'll be hearing plenty of are Cam Jones and Aaron Casey, who are the leading tacklers for the team. Since Indiana leans so heavily on their passing game, it will be interesting to see how the defense for Michigan performs. I'm hoping that they will continue on their success that they saw in the Iowa game, and we'll see players such as Morris and Oki be able to get pressure on the quarterback, and even more so, hopefully some sacks during the game. While I have full confidence in the Michigan secondary, it's always helpful when the quarterback isn't given all day to go through his progressions and try to find open receivers. And now to go ahead and jump into the game lock of the week before getting into final predictions. Things seem to be getting more and more difficult as the weeks go by because weird things are happening in the Big Ten. So honestly, I'm not sure what direction to go with. So I landed on taking Maryland at home as the 3-point favorites against Purdue. All right, Michigan, Indiana, here we go. I believe that Michigan is just a team that is getting more and more confident, very similar to what we saw in 2021. Last week's road test against Iowa was no easy task, but they stayed strong and focused, and they played the right game against that opponent. So while they face another road game this week, I do fully believe that it's going to be an easier obstacle for them. Even though Indiana has been problematic in the past, Michigan handled them well last year, and I think this year is just going to be more of the same. I expect Corum and Edwards to keep doing what they're doing in the running game, and that giving the opportunity for McCarthy to connect with the wide receivers. This week, I really do believe that the wide receivers are going to be more active and put up larger numbers against the Indiana secondary. So give me Michigan 45 and Indiana 20 for the final score of the game. All right, that's it for me. Enjoy the game Saturday, and we will be returning for the reaction video after the game. So until then, go Blue.